Hi everyone, I'm Dr. QB Ward, and I will be your coach and tour director as we make our way through this course of History 1302, or as some may like to call it, History 102. This course begins with the period immediately after the American Civil War, and will continue through another sad period in our American history, the murder of John F. Kennedy, and the social upheaval that erupted between the 1960s and the 1980s. This course will start with an explanation of the Reconstruction period. For the South, this was a very ignoble period of American history, when the social rights of a proud people were subjugated to the civil rights of the previously enslaved 4 million African Americans. I think that many of the ensuing difficulties for both African Americans and white Americans can be followed back to these years of adjustment that both people had to endure. This has not been an easy transition to normalcy. The bitter experiences of KKK lynchings and the harassments, to the riots and upheavals of the 1960s, and finally to the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Also, as part of this dark part of American history, is also the transitions and treatments that the American Indians experienced. Aside from the social unrest that the 1870s and forward, there were many great advances too. Business and industry grew and became the envy of the rest of the world. America had raw materials, land, and energy, and to these resources were added millions of immigrants searching for new opportunities and hope. This was a period in which our cities grew and developed, when our nation transitioned from a rural country population to an urban population that relied on wages and city services. This was also a period of great technological innovations that propelled business and industry, a period when American education would lead us into the heights of research and depth of understanding. This history of America is really a history of transitions. This is a period of American growth when our geography changed drastically. The Louisiana Purchase doubled our American landscape. The Mexican-American War added another third until our nation stretched from Atlantic to Pacific shores, and our sphere of influence never saw the setting of the sun. In this period, we fought England again, even Mexico, and then Spain, and then into two great world wars. And we can never forget the Korean conflict and the Vietnam disaster. Since Reconstruction, almost 10% of our time has been devoted to war. It was war that fueled our economy for much of this period, and war that fueled the military-industrial complex that President Eisenhower warned us against. Our nation has shown the world that struggles can make us strong, wealthy, and wise. Our nation in transition is our history, and we may never become complacent in well-doing. Let us learn in our well-doing to accept the challenge of what is new.